Ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat. I am here with Saeed Hawk House,
What's up?
aka Cocktails by Hawk. We have the pleasure of his expertise this evening. I also want to give a huge shout out to Jägermeister for making this happen. Hawk's going to walk us through some dope beer cocktails, which I am excited about because, it's 8:30 where I am and I'm ready to turn it up to 11. So
Uh,
without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cocktails by Hawk. Hawk, take it
what's
away, baby.
what's up, guys? How's it going? How are you guys doing out there? I hope you guys are doing well. It is very hot over here, so the AC is blasting. It's about 100 degrees, something like that. Um, but anyways, super excited to be here. I got some dope cocktails for you guys. If I didn't say it before, you could. I didn't say it at all, but feel free to give me a follow on Instagram at Cocktails by Hawk, where you can find more dope recipes. I definitely had a blast coming up with these beer cocktails. It's a little bit. Sometimes I usually don't do it, but I was pleasantly surprised at how well all of these turned out. Uh, yeah, I mean, if you, yeah, no words. Just let's do this. All right. Yeah, so diving into it, let's start out. We're gonna make a cocktail that I like to call is the name of the cocktail is called Vette. Um, we are going to be featuring the Southern Grist Brewing Co. Imperial Quadberry. All right, you know, kind of like it's more like a sour ale, with raspberry, blackberry, blueberry, and boysenberry puree coming in at a whopping 7.3% ABV. Um, Definitely for this cocktail, I had to, what goes good with berries is practically, just peach and ginger. So with that in mind, I decided to come up with maybe something along the lines of a Mexican mule. So with a little bit of lime juice, but we'll dive into that right now. Let's dive into the beer first. See what that tastes like. It's got a gorgeous red hue to it. Lots of berries on the nose. Oh yeah, it's like I'm drinking jam, but so delicious. All right, let's get into it. So for this cocktail, you're gonna need some tins, and you're gonna need a jigger. If you do not have either of these, never fear. A mason jar does work well as a shaker, just so you know. And also, for a frame of referencing, if you don't have a jigger, 1 tablespoon is equivalent to a half ounce. So with that, try to keep that in mind. If you don't have any of these things to make cocktails with, just keep in mind like the standard, or like the kind of ratio that 1 tablespoon equals a half ounce, and then a tablespoon and a half equals 3/4 an ounce. 2 tablespoons equals an ounce. All right. So now that the tools are kind of knocked out, let's get into the actual cocktail. So for this cocktail, like I mentioned, it's going to be the quadberry. It's going to be the quadberry. We're going to put a little mezcal in there because I like a little smoke, and that definitely plays well with this kind of cocktail. We're going to add a little ginger syrup from Liquid Alchemist and peach liqueur. Peach schnapps works just as fine. I like to use Giffard Pêche de Vigne just because it's a nice, good all-around peach liqueur. So with that being said, let's dive into it. Here we go. So we're going to add 1 full ounce of mezcal. And keep in mind that we're only going to go a little light on the liquor here just because we got, 7.3 ABV in there, and we're adding some more liqueur right now. We're also going to add an ounce of peach liqueur. Finish my bottle. Boom. All right. And then I'm going to add 3/4 of fresh lime juice. Do me a favor, whenever you're making cocktails at home, always go for fresh ingredients. They go a long way. You know, getting like the real lime or the real lemon that's like in the bottle, like cold, or you know, in the aisle is not the business. So always go fresh when it comes to citrus. All right, so we're gonna add 3/4 ounce of lime juice. And measure that out. All right. And there you go, 3/4. It's all in. All right. Well, so now we have all our ingredients in here. Let's shake it up. Grab some ice. Ah. All righty. Pour it all in. All right. Pro tip, when you're making beer cocktails or any kind of cocktail that has any kind of topper, whether it be soda water, tonic water, champagne, whatever, it's always good to put in that ingredient first. So what we're going to do, we're going to ice our Moscow Mule mug first, actually. Get a couple nice cubes in there. All right. That'll be good enough. And we're going to add 3 ounces of the Imperial Quad Berry. Like I said, always add whatever the topper first. Like, just because if I put the cocktail in here and I put this on top, and then you go in for the first sip, you're just gonna get all beer. So we want this to incorporate very well. So we're gonna do, like I said, 3 ounces of the Imperial Quad Berry right on in. There we go. Okay, that is in. And then I'm gonna strain my tin into here, like so. Oh yeah. Right to the brim. Looks delicious. Smells good. Got that smoke, got that berry. I smell that ginger. Smells amazing. All right. And then for the garnish, since we're using a peach liqueur, I'm gonna put just a couple of peach slices right on top. There we go. Oh yeah, peach. It's peach season too. These things are so ripe. Just gonna put that right on top like so. Boom. Here you go. There you have it. What I like to call the Vette, delicious, you know, well-rounded cocktail featuring mezcal, this Imperial Quad Berry, peach liqueur, ginger, and a little bit of lime juice. Oh my God. Definitely considered a patio pounder. I'm going to go in for a little sip. Oh yeah. I still get that sour too coming from the beer, but no, man. Gotta go in for one more. Solid. Amazing. Delicious. Yeah, patio pound. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just now tuned into the comments over here. My bad. For if you guys do have questions, I'm gonna try to do my best at answering them. But feel free, if I don't get to your question, please feel free to DM me on Instagram, and I will be happy to answer all your questions there. All right. Okay. So first cocktail down, featuring the Imperial Quad Berry. I'm gonna put this right here, just so we know that it is completed. So good. All right. All right. Let me just do a little quick touch up with the cleanup here. Clean up the set. All right. Well, let's get into our next cocktail. Just gonna rinse this out real quickly just so I can taste the beer appropriately. All right. Okay. All right. So let's grab the ingredients for the next cocktail. Okay. So the next beer we're going to be featuring is the Hidden Springs Ale Works Drone Thugs in Harmony. All right. We got here a delicious passion fruit Berliner Weiss with hibiscus. So good. Definitely delicious. Very passion fruit forward. I definitely loved creating this cocktail. Whenever I think passion fruit, I think tequila. I don't know why, but it does. So also another delicious patio pounder coming to you very soon right now. But for this cocktail, we're gonna add the Drone Thugs in Harmony. We're gonna add the Terramana Reposado tequila. Shout out to The Rock for making a dope tequila that's really nice and delicious. We're gonna add some banana liqueur to this cocktail, just because kind of banana and passion fruit give it that kind of tropical vibe, which is kind of dope. And then I'm gonna add some Cointreau, just a little orange notes, just to brighten out those passion fruit notes going on. And of course, simple syrup with a little bit of, and that's it. That is all. So let's get down to tasting our beer first. Just right off the bat on the nose. Oh my God, it is just passion fruit in your face. Gorgeous hue and color too, but very sour. So for this cocktail, I didn't really need to add any citrus because I got all my citrus right in here. All those citrus notes, explosion. A flavor in your face. Okay, let's get down to it. Put this right back over here. Okay, so for this cocktail, since it's Drone Thugs in Harmony, it makes sense, the most sense that you have to name it after a Bone Thugs in Harmony song. So for that being said, I named this cocktail For the Love of Money. It's just a great song and it's a great cocktail. So let's do it. So for this, we're gonna add an ounce of Terramana Reposado tequila into our tin. There we go. Next, I am going to add a half ounce of Cointreau. All righty. And next, I'm going to add 3/4 ounce of banana liqueur. Again, Gaffard makes great products, but if you find a banana liqueur out there, by all means, use it. Three-quarter ounce, there it is. And then just because this cocktail, at least this beer, is really on the sour side and passion fruit forward, I'm gonna have to add a little bit of simple syrup to it because the syrup will give this cocktail the body that you need to, or at least to carry it. So I'm gonna add a 3/4 ounce of simple syrup. There we go. All right, all ingredients are in. It's time to shake it up. All right. Looking at the questions, where is my bar? My bar, I work, or I used to work at, but because I can't work now, at the Kimpton Everly Hotel, located in Hollywood. That is where I work, but I haven't been back since the whole COVID-19 thing. So when will I be back? That's a good ass question. Till then, we're making cocktails at home, guys. All right, so for this cocktail, gonna need a Collins glass. If you can find dope, clear ice beers like this, by all means, throw that in there because clear ice has this reputation for being one, really very cold, and then two, just it doesn't dilute your drink like it would cloudy ice. So whenever you're drinking cocktails, it's always nice to have clear ice because it just dilutes a lot slower than normal party ice that you get in the bags at the store. If you don't have this, 4 cubes of regular ice or whatever that can kind of fill up your glass 3/4 of the way would be best. And again, since these are topping or beer topped cocktails, we're going to add the beer first. So I'm going to add 4 ounces of the Drone Thugs in Harmony. There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let that settle for a bit. Let those bubbles kind of cool down. And then I'm going to strain my contents into the glass. Look at that. It's a little meniscus going on there because we want to get all of it in there. That is bomb. All right. And for the garnish for this cocktail, just going to grab a nice little mint sprig just for the nose and the aromatic so that when you go into this cocktail, you get hit with those mint notes right in your face. All right. Just gonna do this, boom, boom. And just gonna throw that right in there like so. All right. And there you have it. That is the For the Love of Money. A delicious, another gorgeous looking, patio pounder again. But the beer just complements this cocktail just because, like I said, those passion fruit notes right in your face. So when you dive in, you get that mint. I get that tequila. I get that banana. I get that little bit of orange. And then I get an explosion of just citrus from the passion fruit. Delicious, bomb. So good. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the ice, I thought the ice was going to take up most of the drink too, but, pleasantly surprised that it didn't. So there you have it. That is For the Love of Money. All right. I'm going to put this in the line and keep it on moving. All right. Do a little quick cleanup. Okay. Now rinse it out. Okay. Clean the deck. Never want to work messy. Let's go. All righty. Moving on. Moving on to the next beer cocktail. I'm going to go grab those ingredients right off stage in 1 second. All right. Here we go. It's time to get weird. All right. The next beer we are going to talk about is the one that kind of inspired this whole thing. It is the Green Beer Is My Jam by Ouzelfinch and in collaboration with what's the word? Where is it? Why am I blanking? Hop Culture. Sorry, guys. In collab, these guys came together and made this dope ass beer. It is an imperial strength goza with kiwi, peach, pineapple, graham cracker, coconut, vanilla, lactose, and a bunch of other things. But with that, I mean, on top of, aside from all that, this beer is coming in at a whopping 9% ABV, so it will kind of put you on your ass, which I'm down with that. And then for all my bourbon lovers out there, this cocktail has that. So why would I put bourbon with all these kind of, you know, fruity notes? Just because it goes well. It's very delicious. This is probably one of the only cocktails that, aside from the other ones that you have to make a syrup, this syrup does kind of require a little, I don't know, a little work in the kitchen, but not really. I mean, we're going to be putting a Chinese 5-spice simple syrup into this cocktail. And I know it sounds intimidating, but it really is super easy to make. All you have to do is grab all you have to do is grab a cup of water, a cup of sugar, and a tablespoon of Chinese 5-spice powder. You can find that at the store, really easy. It's in the spice aisle. But this thing is super dope just because the spices that are in here, you got cinnamon, clove, fennel, and a bunch of other things. So all these kind of notes just pair well with all the pineapple that is in this beer. So moving forward, let's taste the beer first. Ice cold, crack it open. Pineapple in your face, so good. Oh, and then I get that vanilla in there. I do get that graham cracker. Oh man, that is just bomb. Oh man. All right. So for this cocktail, I'm calling this one Brain Stew by Green Day, just because it only makes sense. Because I mean, it kind of is a green beer, but we're gonna make it even more green cocktail, so it's gonna be dope. For this cocktail, you're gonna need the beer. You're gonna need Russell's Reserve 10-year bourbon, preferably some blue curacao, and you're gonna need some lemon juice, and of course the 5-spice simple syrup. Like I said before, this right here is a perfect harmony in itself. So pineapple, bourbon with the vanilla, caramel, and butterscotch notes, and then I get the 5-spice, the cinnamon, the fennel, the clove, all that just kind of comes together delightfully in this cocktail. All right, so that's, without further ado, let's dive into it, guys. So for this cocktail, we're gonna add a full 1.5 ounces of Russell's Reserve 10-year bourbon. There we go. Next, I'm going to add blue curacao. The reason for blue curacao is not only because I want those orange notes, but you know, this is a green beer. We want to make this a green cocktail. So with everything else going into it, especially when I add lemon juice and everything else, it's going to turn green and it's going to be awesome. So 1/2 ounce of blue curacao, a little goes a long way. And then next, I'm going to add a 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Oh, all right. All right. 1/2 ounce of lemon juice in the tin. And lastly, the 5-spice simple syrup. Again, to make this at home, cup of water, cup of sugar, tablespoon of 5-spice powder. That's all you need. Kind of mix it together, blend it all up. Delicious. And I will say, I have an espresso at home, and doing espresso shot with this, fantastic. All right, so 3/4 of an ounce of the 5-spice simple syrup. All in. There we go. All right. Now we shake. chunk of ice there. All right. Oh, my arm. Okay. Let's dive into this one. Oh, man. Now, if you just taste the cocktail by itself, you're going to notice that it is a lot sweet, or very sweet. So that's because we haven't added this yet. So let's grab another Collins glass here. If, like I said, if you don't have the spheres, we can do cubes. So I'm going to do cubes this time. So, and one more for good measure. Okay, so we're going to add our beer first. Let's add 3 ounces of the green beer is my jam, just so it incorporates. There you go. It is all in. Let it settle for a bit. And then we are going to, this is where the magic happens, guys. What is now yellow will turn green. There we go. Look at it go. Got a nice little gradient over here. Just to make sure it mixes all the way in with the beer at the bottom. I'm just gonna kind of stir it up a bit. All right. And then, of course, for this cocktail that is pineapple forward, we're gonna throw some pineapple on it, right? So put this aside. Grab some pineapple right here. Ooh. Top is off. And here we go. That's all I need. Pineapple to the side. Just gonna put a pineapple triangle on the side of it just so it can look festive and pineapple-y and tropical. So it's gonna look dope. Okay. Got a little pineapple triangle right there. Throw some pineapple leaves in there, why not? Just rip them off. There we go. Okay. And there you have it. That is the Brain Stew featuring Green Beer is My Jam. Delicious, great color. Again, when you dive into this cocktail, explosion of pineapple, that's 5 spice, tingles your tongue. Enough said. Just delicious. That is the Brain Stew. Oh, that's bomb. Hell yeah. All right. Moving along. All right. Oh, there goes the pineapple. We lost one. It's all good. Got a man down over here. All right. Clean up the set. Let's dive into our next cocktail, or our next beer pairing, I should say. Here's my water. All righty. Kind of bugs me that doesn't have a garnish over there, so I'm just gonna put another pineapple on it, whatever. There we go. Okay, there it is. All right, so we just knocked out 3 beer cocktails, all of which bomb delicious, but you know, these are the lighter cocktails. So what I'm gonna do next is dive into one. This cocktail coming up, or this pairing rather, I should say, is going to be a Boilermaker. Simple. I mean, if you're the type of person that, you know, this is too much effort, too much work, but you still want something delicious to complement your beer. Let's talk about our good old friend. Actually, let me go. Let's grab those ingredients first. Head off camera. Okay, let's talk about the good old classic, delicious, well-known, and also sponsored by this Jägermeister. Boom, boom. All right, guys. Everyone has their Jaeger stories, obviously, but for those who don't know, there's a thing called Deer and Beer. And Deer and Beer is the simplest Boilermaker that pretty much Jägermeister goes with any kind of beer out there. By taking a shot of Jaeger before you are enjoying your, you know, delicious beer, the Jägermeister will coat your throat and kind of amplify all those different kind of notes that you are getting in your beer. So for this case, for this instance, for this beer pairing, we're going to go with the Respect My Life by Finch and Jägermeister. So the best thing about Deer and Beer is that when you're doing this kind of a pairing as a Boilermaker, you got to make sure, or at least keep a bottle of Jaeger in the freezer, because it is best when it's served ice cold. And when you're also doing that, you might as well keep a shot glass of Jägermeister in your freezer as well. So for this kind of New England style IPA that's coming, or a double IPA that's coming at a 7.6% ABV, you know, I chose Jägermeister. I chose this beer to pair up with the Jägermeister, even though it does pair well with stouts, with Hefeweizens, Pilsners, any kind of beer out there. Out of all the beers in your package or in your box, I thought this beer was the one that kind of paired the best with the Jägermeister. You know, Jägermeister does have its 56 herbs and spices and roots, and all of those kind of notes just kind of amplify all the hops that are kind of in this beer, which is dope. So I'm just going to pour a little here, analyze the beer. Smells great. I'm going to pour a little ice cold Jaeger, coat the throat. Smells good. So good. I get, you know, bitter, sweetness, earthiness, spice, all those different kind of notes. And now that my throat is all coated, oh my God, amazing. Especially with like how dry this kind of IPA is, and definitely having those kind of sweetness notes combined with this beer is fantabulous. And if you wanted to know more kind of information on this whole Deer and Beer thing, head over to the Jägermeister website. There's way more information there that you can kind of peruse about and teach yourself. And to let you know that Jägermeister with beer is the best thing ever. Just gonna do a little bit more of that because that was amazing. Oh man. Yep. Amazing. Remember, guys, next time you're out at a bar, your favorite beer bar, try it. I encourage you guys, try it. Have a shot of Jägermeister, and then have whatever favorite beer that you want. It's just gonna go well together. It's gonna be a happily marriage. So moving on from here, let's talk about putting Jägermeister in a cocktail. And for this cocktail, definitely more of like an after dinner cocktail. But instead of using traditional Jägermeister, we are going to use Jägermeister cold brew, baby. Get those coffee notes in there. I'm gonna finish this because this is just too good to pass up. Amazing. All right. Okay. moving on to our next cocktail. We are going to be featuring the Evil Twin Brewing Even More Little Tiny Baby Jesus. That is a mouthful to say after some drinks. All right. For this cocktail, like I said, more of like an after dinner cocktail. It is rich. It is heavy. I mean, this beer is kind of like it is a stout, an oatmeal stout with mocha and cocoa notes. But for this cocktail, we are going to use an Irish whiskey, preferably Teeling. We're going to put a little bit of creme de cacao. If you can find Tempest Fugit, I recommend this brand. And then we're going to add a little bit of Demerara for some sweetness. Okay. All right. All right. So let's dive into it, guys. For this cocktail, you are going to need to stir it. So if you don't have a mixing glass, that is fine. Use a tin or a mason jar again. But for this drink, since there's no citrus going into this cocktail, we are going to stir it. All right. So starting off with our Jägermeister cold brew, that is, I'm going to add just an ounce of Jägermeister cold brew into our mixing glass. Next, I'm going to add an ounce of Teeling Irish whiskey. There we go. Got that in. All right, next I'm going to add a ½ ounce of creme de cacao. There we go. And lastly, I'm only going to add a ½ ounce of Demerara sugar. For those who don't know, Demerara is also known as those little brown packets that you see at Starbucks called sugar in the raw. So it's just turbinado sugar, but it just gives it a more complex caramel, deeper sweetness. All right. Everything's all in. Let's stir this bad boy up. I'm using party ice, so I probably won't stir for too long because I don't want to over dilute it. So probably that should be enough because I'm not using clear ice or anything else like that. Should be plenty enough to kind of mix everything up and kind of cool everything down. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? Forgot to taste the beer. Oh yeah, look at that. Mmm. Yeah, that's so good. Rich, creamy, delicious, bold. So for this, we're going to grab a nice double rocks glass. Again, if you have clear ice, I always recommend it. I'm just gonna throw that right on in. And I'm going to add for this cocktail, I'm not going to add the beer first. I know I was adding the beer first for all the other ones, but this one is going to look dope with the beer on top. So I'm just going to strain this in. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Amazingness. All right. And then I'm going to add 3 ounces, again, of our Baby Jesus beer. All righty. Ooh, a little meniscus again. So right to the brim, right to the top. And for our garnish for this cocktail, if you can find them, I would highly recommend putting some chocolate-covered espresso beans right on top. Just let it float. Oh, there it goes. Can I float it? Nope, keeps falling in. But now they're treats for later. So when I finish this cocktail, I'm going to just enjoy that. Oh, okay, and they're just I think they're floating. There you go. Pleasant surprise. Oh man, super bomb. Rich, bold. The Irish whiskey complements the stout beer just to help it dry it out. But the Jägermeister cold brew brings us all those coffee notes that we want in this cocktail. And then the creme de cacao just bolsters up those cacao notes in the beer. And then Demerara just kind of gives us the body. Another amazing solid stir beer cocktail that you could drink after dinner. Yeah, enough said with that one. All right. And coming down to the end, the last cocktail. This is my favorite cocktail, one of my favorite cocktails, because you'll just have to see. All right. The last cocktail of the night. A little over time. Sorry, guys, but it's worth the wait. Trust me. I had the most fun creating this cocktail just because you'll see. All right. I'm going to grab my ingredients. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to clean set real quickly. And grab the secret ingredient for this cocktail because it is dope. Secret ingredient is obtained. And it is chilling. All right. So let's wipe this down, clean ourselves up. And let's get down to our final beer cocktail. The Blueberry Crumble from Ingenious Brewing Co. I mean, this beer has got, it's a milk stout, blueberries, dark chocolate, Vietnamese cinnamon sticks, coming in at a whopping 8.3% ABV. Bomb, delicious. I mean, when I was creating this cocktail, I was like, you know, I haven't had a milkshake in a long time, or not a milkshake, but a float. I haven't had a float in the longest time. So for this cocktail, we're gonna need this beer, of course. We're gonna need some rum and this delicious Bitter Truth EXR Amaro. If you cannot find this Amaro, Averna works just as well. I have a bottle right here. This bottle, that you can find this in the grocery stores. I've seen it there, but Averna is a good substitute for this Bitter Truth EXR. For the purpose of this cocktail, we're going to use the Bitter Truth. Okay. So this one does require some muddling because we are putting blueberries in it just to bring out those blueberry notes in this beer. So I'm going to grab about a handful, roughly 15 blueberries into my tin. And a little more. That should be enough. Blueberries are in the tin. We're going to muddle this. We are going to muddle all these blueberries in. Okay. Blueberries are muddled and in the tin. Next, I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of Diplomatico Exclusiva rum. If you don't have this rum, any rum that's kind of aged just a little bit longer or like a darker rum will play very well into this cocktail. 1.5 ounces. There we go. We're in. And then I'm going to add, I do need Demerara for this one. Oh, forgot it. I do need Demerara syrup for this cocktail as well. So again, the turbinado sugar. So let's go with 1/2 ounce of Demerara. And lastly, I'm going to add 1/2 ounce of the Bitter Truth EXR. There we go. And even though this cocktail does not have citrus, I have to shake it because we have the blueberries in there. Oh, shit. All right. Here we go. Let's shake it up, guys. Okay. We're all shaken up. And now I'm going to grab if you have a milkshake glass, that would be best. And if you do have a cocoa strainer, I highly recommend a cocoa strainer just to fine strain all those blueberry bits out so we don't get them in our cocktail. But no ice for this cocktail just because we are going to put some delicious vanilla ice cream right on top. Alrighty, and a little more. Oh yeah, I got some in there. There we go. All right, we're all strained out. We're ready to top it off with some beer. Okay, set that aside. Again, we didn't taste our beer because I was too distracted. I need to hurry this up because I'm over my time. But oh man, blueberries off the nose. Oh man, it's like it is like eating a blueberry crumble or drinking blueberry crumble. So no measurement for this one. This one we're just going right all in. So just gonna pour it right all in there. Probably about 3/4 of the way, like so. The vanilla ice cream. This is probably one of the better beer dessert cocktails, I guess, after dinner that you could have. Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw that vanilla ice cream right on top. Oh yeah, a little more. Why not? Okay, got our vanilla ice cream in there, and for the garnish for this cocktail, gonna throw some cinnamon sticks right off to the side, or just stick it in there into the vanilla ice cream. Boom, like that. Maybe throw some blueberries in there. Oh. For fun, why not? Got some extra blueberries. Yeah, there we go. And there you have it. I didn't even tell you the name of this cocktail, but this is the Blueberry Yum Yum. Blueberries off the nose, vanilla ice cream. Oh, the beer just kind of helps it dry it out, but goddamn, amazing. Another delicious, great dessert to have. I mean, when's the last time you had a beer float? I don't know, but here we are. So, oh man, the vanilla ice cream plays with all the cinnamon, the blueberries. Yeah, the rum, just, yeah. That's enough said. Enough said on this cocktail. Super delicious, super bomb. And I'm going to put this over here with the rest. And there you have it. That is all of the beer cocktails. I mean, if there's got to be something here for everyone. I mean, if there's something you don't like, there's got to be something that you could enjoy. But that should be it. I mean, I had a blast making all these cocktails. I hope you guys enjoyed all these just as much as I did, as I did. Please, if you guys have any questions, I'm sorry I didn't get to. Am I drinking all these? I mean, if I did, I'd probably be passed out within the next hour. So I mean, it's shameful for me to waste all of them, but unfortunately, they're probably going to get tossed right now. But I mean, as far as the beer goes, beer is still good. I'm going to drink all these beers, but goddamn, I mean, if I drink all these cocktails, boy, I'll be knocked out. All right. So again, thank you guys for all tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram at Cocktails by Hawk. I post a lot of content, doing a bunch of cocktails and stuff, obviously. But yeah, if you're ever in LA and I'm back at my bar, hopefully one of these days, please shoot me a DM. Let me know you're in town, and would love to take care of you guys. I mean, yeah, I mean, these beer cocktails, boy, so much. But that should be it, man. That wraps it all up for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, and would love to see you guys. Actually, you know what? I'd love to see you guys recreate these. So if you guys do recreate these, please tag me in it. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. All right. That should be it for me. don't know what else I need to do now. Let's see. I'm gonna start looking at all this. Let's see. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I'm reading all the comments right now. Sorry, I neglected the most of them. But yeah, guys, give me a follow on IG, and I'll see you soon. One of these days, I guess. Boom. Enjoy.